And welcome back to Who Would Win, pre-recorded on Tuesday, the 29th. And this one goes to us from, excuse me, A-Bomb the Bomb, who asked the question, or say A-Bomb the A-Bomb, I believe, who asked the question. Oof, excuse me, I had to spray some stuff for some reason. It's kind of kept wafting over here. That's the question, who would win in a fight? Gengar from Pokemon versus Chrome Doruko, or Doruko? From was it Rebirth is the name of the series? A series I am not familiar with. No, Reborn. Sorry. She is a shy girl, relatively meek, but she's one of those standard kind people, kind characters. I'm meek, but I have power and all that stuff. Gengar. We're not going to use Mega Gengar because it makes no sense to use Mega Gengar. Gengar is a ghost poison type Pokemon. His special ability is Cursed By, so when a move that hits the Pokemon, that move has a 30% chance of getting disabled. Well, that's his hidden ability. His actual general ability, that's his general. That's his actual ability, Cursed Body. Yeah, 30% chance of getting disabled. Gengar's most powerful aspects of him are, in terms of max stats, his base stats anyway. It's likely his special attack and speed. Gengar is extremely fast, being basically a living shadow, and has special attack up the yin-yang. So physical attacks won't do a serious amount of damage if you're using a Gengar. You're using a Gengar with all of his special abilities, say like a let's see here, like Shadow Ball, like one of Gengar's trademark techniques. Nightshade, which does damage based on a user's level, which wouldn't really do anything in this case. But Shadow Ball, Confuse Ray, confuses an opponent. Mean Look prevents an opponent from leaving a fight. Spite, Lick, paralyzes. Hypnosis can cause an individual to fall asleep, which then Dream Eater can zap their health while giving it back to Gengar. Dark Pulse releases a horrible aura, dark thoughts, and may cause the user to flinch. Destiny Bond, if you faint when using this move, they faint, basically. You take each other out. Hex, a relentless attack that does massive amounts of damage to a target affected by stats conditions. And Nightmare, a sleeping Pokemon targets sees a nightmare, and they take some damage every turn. So essentially, Gengar is a ghost. He's a nightmare. But Gengar's also weak to things like psychic attacks. Psychic is his main true weakness. But ground attacks, I think, would affect him as well, as he doesn't have Levitate. And the poison type moves are weak to that. He is immune to physical, like straight a fighting type attack, or normal type attack. So anything that's basically try to punch Gengar, you're not going to actually hit Gengar. You need actual special abilities like fire, water, grass, electric, hell, flying, for God's sake. Bug attacks will hit a ghost Pokemon, but fighting attacks and, again, standard normal type attack with no special abilities to it, that's not going to hurt a Gengar. They're also, I believe, weak to Ghost, if I'm not mistaken. Psychic, I know definitely. Other Ghost types, I know definitely. But I'm not sure if Dark is overall strong against Ghost. It might be. Why don't I just look at the chart? The chart says, well, let's see if I can get a weakness here. Here we go. So, I mean, Gengar's biggest weakness is, really, Gengar doesn't have any real huge weaknesses. Ground, like I said, is a big one. Psychic, as I said, is a big one. Other Ghost is a big one. Other than that, and Dark. Dark is another big one. So if you somehow have attacks in that range, you will be able to hurt Gengar. Otherwise, like I said, normal and fighting, don't do squat. Fairy, if that were to rear its head in this fight, almost does nothing. It doesn't even like a half a point of damage comparatively. So let's say an attack has a power of 50. If that hits Gengar and it's like a grass, or in this case a fairy type move, or God forbid a poison type move, would only do a quarter of the damage. Or a bug type move would only do a quarter of the damage. So yeah, it would only do 50 or 20, or it'd only do like 25 or 12.5. So yeah. Chrome Doruko is like the 10th Guardian of the Mist Guardians or something like that. What was it exactly? How did they describe her? Is the unofficial 10th generation Mist Guardian of the Volgna Famiglia. Anyway, so her abilities as this individual, and again, this is a manga / anime I've never watched or read, is talented illusionist and fighter, something that Maruko and Memon acknowledge. Her illusions are so strong that she states that the character states that their battle states during their battle that if he had believed they were real for a second, he would have been done for. Also, during the inheritance ceremony, whatever that is, Memon stated that the only a true expert could see through her illusions. Unfortunately, Chrome lacks the confidence and dependency on Mercuro's limited her growth. So her she has a lack of confidence, and she has a dependency on her teachers, which is very dangerous, unfortunately. She was once able to overcome her dependency, and her true skill, her true skill finally flourished, and she was able to create her own organs just as strong as the ones Murko gave her. Great! That's weird. She became strong enough to point Murko to the point where Murko commented that her power is greater than Flan's, who was powerful enough to make illusions that could even fool Vindens. I don't know who these characters are. I'm going to guess that's impressive. Abilities include 6 paths reincarnation. Because Murko shares Chrome's body, she is granted the powers of 6 paths of reincarnation. Though so far, she is only proficient in illusions and summoning animals. After Mercuro was freed, however, she is unable to use this technique again as they no longer share one body. Well, that's thanks for that. Cortina Neba, she was able to create mist barrier from her mist flame that traps anyone in it. And when under a demon's control, the technique becomes dangerous for the creator itself. Well, okay, she can create a mist barrier that can trap anyone. Genju Mugaya. She combines her illusion ability with Mercuro's illusions and creates a much more powerful version of the Genju Mura. Oh, great. What the hell is the Genju Mura? Genju Gaia. Okay. What the hell is the Genju Gagaya instead of Mugaya? Is an attack used by Mercuro Roduko. When the use of the reality illusion clothes, Mercuro conjures murders of ravenous crows that eat an opponent. First time Mercuro tried to attack, he did not adjust this properly because it came out too powerful. The birds explode upon contact. Okay, interesting. Does Mercuro still need to be in her for that effect to work? No. Okay, so essentially, he's not in her, therefore we can't use that. And even if we decided to use that, these guys together, still, it'd be a murder of ravenous Claros. Great. Equipment, Trident. She carries a Trident, which is similar to Mercuro's. The Trident can fit into a small bag by retracting the pole of the Trident. And the handle, Mercuro constructed the Trident for using his illusions. Later, she is able to construct her own Trident that differs from Mercuro's with only a single spike. I'm going to assume it's like on a different point of the Trident, because otherwise there's no point in calling it a Trident. Vongala Mist Ring. Worn during the Mist Ring Bat as part of the Triniset. It is classed as S rank. Chrome shares the ring with Mercuro and usually wears it when he's in jail. 10 years in the future, the Volgna rings are destroyed by someone. However, they were later brought back to the past. Crow is capable of bringing out mist-dying will flames from her ring and using its construction ability to create real illusions. Okay, what's a real illusion? I'm going to assume solid illusions. Normal illusions, real illusions. When an illusionist uses their illusionist powers, Mistflame construct character illusion, they create real illusions. This will make it possible for their illusions to be experienced in reality. Essentially, it's almost like reality warping and conjuring, which is powerful, no doubt about it. It's powerful. She also carries the I'm just gonna call it Mist Owl. Acquires it in her battle with Glowzenia. It is inhabited by Mercuro, which changed from a Rainbox weapon to a Mistbox weapon. Okay, what the hell is this thing? Yeah, sorry, Bob. I mean, you're giving me a character I know very little about here, so give me a second here. It's a bird-type box weapon. Appearance looks the same as the only difference is her eyes. Ability seems that can construct illusions like other missed attribute box weapons, but skill is unknown. Okay. Wagner's Mist Owl. I believe this is Carl Wagner's box weapon. It appears to look much like the Mist Owl, but with armor padded on its wings. Woohoo! Let's see. Wagner box ring at the end of the future arc after Byakuren was defeated. Wagner was told that they can't take boxes with them, but with Werner's help, it was turned into rings. Okay. Earring of Mist version X. It's an upgraded version of the Mist original Wagner ring chrome. So really, all of her abilities, she's got to train for like melee combat, but really she's an illusionist for her bread and butter, and she can apparently summon animals. Like if we're being, if we're getting, giving her this Makuro guy inside of her. Ooh, scandalous. So yeah, if assuming let's say Gengar appeared was wreaking havoc and she had to go and she decided to square off to prove herself and work through her shit. Gengar just kind of laugh at her for a while. She might create illusions. Gengar just gang, and then she just disappears and just reappears behind her. Gengar, she's like, Gengar would just love fucking with this girl. Gengar. She slowly creates a misfire shield, and Gengar initially can't get it. Gengar gets burned. Just Gengar, and then he just eventually Gengar would eventually probably blow out of there with a Shadow Ball or Dark Pulse, one of his more powerful attacks, or a Sucker Punch, whatever, and then break out of there. Though he's hurt, however, the attack has a 30%. Any attack on him has a 30% chance of being disabled. So she tries it again, but finds she can't. So for a little while, turns if you will. She can't use the attack, so she starts like throwing illusions, maybe summoning animals at him, assuming she's got Makuro in him, in her. Now Gengar's a little bit more ticked up, but then this does like confuse her. She's she's trying to shake it off. Makuro's helping her out. Gengar just appears behind her, Sucker Punch. Then she's like, she pulls out the tray, tries to swing at Gengar. Gengar just passes through Gengar because there's nothing theoretically special about it, I would imagine, unless it's capable of hitting spirits or something like that. If it's capable of hitting spirits, that might be different. But I don't know if she fights spirits or something in this, and I don't know anything about this manga or anything like that. So maybe she can fight spirits. Maybe they can hurt spirits. I'll give it the benefit of doubt. Let's say it can hurt spirits. Gengar then, it thinks it won't hurt him, but initially it starts to cut into him, and he gets out of Gengar's bleeding. If a ghost Pokemon can bleed, just Gengar, and then he realizes this is getting serious. Like this girl's actually trying to kill me. So he just appears in front of her again, just boom, and then point blank hypnosis, which she's only got one eye, and two eyes are focusing on the one eye. So you'd think it'd be less effective because she doesn't have two eyes to focus on. Fortunately, though, that single eye is focusing on Gengar, and then Makuro's trying to wake her up, but it's a little too late for that. As Gengar starts to dream eater her, and then nightmare her, and then she kind of just passes out. Not dead, but Gengar's like, Gengar, and then just licks her. And Gengar leaves. Now, why am I giving Gengar the win? Well, first off, I'll admit, I don't know a huge amount about this character. Now, I obviously went over the abilities he had. Illusionary abilities against the ghost Pokemon, who regularly has to deal with psychic Pokemon, that's not going to really work on Gengar that much. Plus, she has a confidence issue and dependency on Makuro himself. So, with him, without him, she is going to have she's going to have confidence issues, which are going to hinder her in the overall fight. Her actual abilities, like her trident, even if a trident could hurt Gengar, it wouldn't kill Gengar, because the first time Gengar feels that thing will hit him, he'd be avoiding that like the plague. Any of her other abilities, really, I mean, Her real illusions would be an issue for Gengar a little bit, but he's a Pokemon. He's used to fighting, for God's sake. So it's not like they would, unless she summons like a serious real, like she summons Cthulhu or something like that, which I think something of that magnitude of an illusion might wear her down too much. It wouldn't be practical. So add on to the fact that Gengar honestly is an opponent that is perfectly tailored to her. She's generally not necessarily meek and timid according to her personality, but she is. Excuse me. Oh man. But let's see here. Personality. Yeah, she's had an antisocial life. She was difficult opening up to others, so she was definitely shy. Yeah, very confused and shy. So as someone like that, she's probably an easy to scare kind of individual, at least from like a sneaking up perspective. Just and she may try to fight back, but ultimately Gengar would just mind screw with her. And ultimately, yeah, that would probably then Gengar obviously has hypnosis and then abilities that can affect you while you sleep. So even if she does get up sooner or later, things like Dream Eater and Nightmare are already going to take effect. And sorry, I'm cleaning my screen off here. That's going to take effect and ultimately just take her out. So yeah, not the best of displays for this character, at least from the initial run we've had on this one. Welcome to the Who Would Win roster characters from Reborn. We'll see if you can improve later on. Anyway, thanks for watching, though. That's my thoughts on the fight. I'm going to say now, assuming she can take on spirits, I'm not going to give Gengar 100% win here. I think between her illusions, the fact she can make them real illusions, the fact that she is at least an experienced fighter, she has that for a reason. I'm not going to give her a 100% loss rate. I think it's more like Gengar wins 80% of the time. I think there's a very real scenario where she would summon real illusions that actually can affect the real world, i.e. Gengar. Maybe she summons even Pokemon or something like that without realizing what they are, summon some animals or something to help her, and ultimately take out Gengar. That's a realistic scenario. I just think the likelihood of that happening isn't very high. I think Gengar is going to take the win the majority of the time. Again, but what do you think? Put in the comments below. Let me know. Thanks for watching, though. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for Would Win, Star Wars, Severe Magic, what if. Anything I do on the channel, put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. Back a little bit with the what if. So thanks for watching. See you later.